Hi everybody and welcome to Mr. Stansfield's educational videos. Today we're going to be looking at how to do a batch action in Photoshop and Bridge. And a batch action is basically you can set up Photoshop to do anything within a certain parameters. You can set it up to do anything to a whole bunch of folders. A whole bunch of files in a single folder. So in this case, if you look over here on the folders under Bridge, I've got this Rules 1 folder, and there's a series of photos here that I want to convert all of them to black and white. And so the first thing I have to do is actually just open up a single file, the first one, or it doesn't really matter, and record the action. So I go up to the window up here, and then you'll see Actions is an option under the window. I'm going to go ahead and drag this down a little bit, and you've got this folder Default Actions. What I would recommend doing is actually making a new folder, Create New Set, it says as I mouse over that folder, and you can call this Your Name Actions, and then everything that you do for actions this semester can go in that folder. So here I see Stansfield Actions, click OK, and then the next step is to actually create a new action, which is right next to the folder in between the trash can and the folder is Create New Action, this little button down here. And we're going to call this black and white because all we're going to do is convert to black and white. We're going to click Record, and you can see this little red button is pressed down here for the record. And then what I'm going to do is go Image, Adjustments, Black and White to convert this to black and white. And we're just going to stick with the default. We're not going to change it to any, but you could if you wanted to. We'll just click OK. And then stop. And that's all we need to do for this particular action. I'm going to close it without saving. I don't need to save it yet. I go back to Bridge, select all, Command A in this folder, go to Tools, Photoshop, Image Processor. Now we've used the image processor before. The image processor is what we use for a batch resize. In this case, we're not going to resize. We're going to uncheck resize to fit, save as JPEG, and quality we can put that anywhere 9, 10, 11, or 12. We're going to save in same location, and you'll see it's going to create a new folder in the Rules 1 folder called JPEG, and we're going to run action, change from default to Stansfield Actions, and then here's black and white. So this is where we set up the action, right down here at the bottom under Preferences. Save as a JPEG, save in same folder, pretty much everything should be set to the default. We just don't want to resize these pictures yet. And we click Run. And it's going to open up each individual file, convert it to black and white, save it, and close it in a new folder. The key here is that we don't want to get rid of the color files. We don't want to save over those files. So as this action is running in the background, if we go over here, you can see that the JPEG folder has been created, and then here are all of my black and white pictures. So it goes through each one individually, opens it up, converts to black and white, and then closes it. If you wanted to include in that a resize, if you wanted to include that another action, you would just record a different action. At this point, if you wanted to resize all of these, you could do the same thing. You just open up your black and white images now, run it, resize, etc. And that's how you do a batch action in Photoshop.